What's up YouTube? It's Joe here, aka Joey Grows. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm just going to show you a very quick and easy way to water your plants safely but still effective, and also it's another way to help prevent fungus gnats. So this method is called bottom watering. It's a pretty useful method to help prevent root rot and any further fungus gnat issue. So a couple methods to see if your plant needs some water are, you can do two methods. Right? The first method is just using your finger and touching the top 2 inches of the soil. So as you can see here, not a lot of people understand if this is, dry or wet. So you're going to use about your finger and you want to push through about a few inches in. As you can see, feels really dry. So this guy needs a little bit of watering, but I'm going to do some bottom watering in this to show exactly how to do it, especially for all types of sizes. There's different methods in doing this. The method you can use is called a moisture meter. So it looks very similar to this. Okay, so we're going to use the same idea. We're going to use, we'll go back to this plant. So based on my own finger, it is considered dry, but when we use a meter stick, okay, when you are sticking it in, you want to go roughly all the way through, and we're going to read the meter. I don't know if you can see that. As you can see here, it's considered dry. So this just justifies that this guy needs a little bit more watering. And when you're using a meter or just like your own finger, it's always good to poke around not just one section, because sometimes when we water it, we don't water thoroughly, or we check on one end but we water it and we don't check the other side. So in this case, if one side is moist and the other side is dry, you can kind of gauge where you need to water it, or you just leave it be. So you can use your own finger, or you can use a moisture meter. So we're going to go through the bottom watering, and I'll show you different methods based on the size, the shape, whether it has full of foliage just like this one, or we have a trailing plant like this one on top. Alright, so different methods, but bottom watering still can apply to all forms and shapes of plants. Okay guys, so I just set up my little base here to show you a few things that I have planned based on bottom watering. The first thing you want to do is have a bowl or some shape or form to add your plant inside to start bottom watering. I have a this type of vase just because I want to show you guys exactly how it works. Is you want to fill your vase with the water that you are using to water your plants. I'm using rainwater here, so it looks a little murky. And I'm putting this here so it has a little base to sit on, but it doesn't really matter. Okay. Very easy. You're going to just grab your plant and place it in the base. Now if it's a little, if it's really dry, you'll notice the plant will rise up. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna probably have to put a little bit weight on the top end. It's gonna take a few minutes for it to let it sit in the base, but what's gonna happen is you're gonna let it sit for about 10-15 minutes until it is pretty heavy. I'm gonna continue to use the same water. I don't see why it would be a problem to always change it. I haven't had any issues, but I'm gonna show you something like this. As you can see, it has a lot of foliage, so sometimes it's actually a lot more difficult to water it from the top because usually the soil is way too dry and it'll just roll over. So bottom watering is probably the best, more ideal in this case. Now you can do it this way, but I like to always use a bigger tank like this. And I just put all my plants in there, and then I wait for about 15 to 20 minutes, and then I can start to take it out. But in this case, I'm going to show you guys a little bit smaller version. So I'm going to use a smaller container like this to show you exactly how the water is being absorbed. Grab your plant, make sure the leaves are not in there. Slowly soak in until it reaches the base. Hold it for about a second. Okay, it should be sinking in. Somehow a little rock in there. There you go. And then you're just going to let it sit and wait for about 10 to 15 minutes again. Hopefully my speed camera can show exactly what's happening. As you can see, this one has long vines, and you also have a square-like pot. I'm not a huge fan of this. So again, you're going to fill up your base, okay? And then this is where I use that. I'm gonna use this just to help it stand a little bit taller. I'll probably add a little bit more water in here. Okay, so here we have a larger tub for my larger plants. So again, bottom watering can apply to any shapes and size of your plants. Obviously the bigger, a little bit more difficult, but if this is inside your house and you have a really big pot, it shouldn't be a big issue as long as you have a tub of size that you can do this. So here I filled up the tub with about a third to 2/3 of the bowl, and then I'm going to just make space for my plants here. So all you're really doing is placing it in there and letting it sit for a while. Well, and again, just keep filling up your tub with a bunch of other plants. So and here I have my elephant ear. So again, it's pretty big. I think this is like a 6-inch. I'm not sure, but it should fit in here. I could fit about maybe 2 or 3 more plants in there. I know it's kind of looks pretty small, but it's not. Move that guy to the side. You're leaving this guy for about 10 to 15 minutes. You want to let it absorb as much as possible, and that's basically the gist. Alright guys, that's all I have for today. Thank you for watching. If you like what you saw, please give me a like, and don't forget to comment down below. And last but not least, it would be amazing if you guys can subscribe as well. It means a lot to me. Alright guys, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Thank you.